Let's run through exactly how I've set goals throughout the year. This is the process that has been a cornerstone for making millions of dollars with Amazon KDP. And without it, I can guarantee you that I wouldn't have gotten near the same results. So there's a saying, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. If we don't have a vision or goals for our life or business, then we're simply drifting around. So what I will share with you now is the method that I've used to set goals and create plans ever since I started. As I was planning this workshop, I was thinking, am I going to research what the top experts are saying about goal setting, etc.? But then I stopped and thought, why do that? I have a proven model that 100% works. And it's proven not just by my results, but also my publishing mentee, Ian, follows a similar model. And he made $45,000 this December alone. And he started about one and a half years ago. So this is not just another video I want you to watch passively. This is meant to be a transformative experience. So get a pen and paper or get ready to write in a document on the computer. But I always prefer to write things down physically with a pen and paper. But you do how you want. You will want to save this document or paper, or you can also write in your calendar, because at the end of the year, we'll want to revisit what we wrote down. And research has shown that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than those who don't. I will always pause and allow you to answer each question, and you can also go back to the questions and develop the answers further later. So the most important thing for you to do right now is to answer the best you can and without feeling the need to be perfect. If you want to stay longer with a question, then simply mute me while you continue writing. I will always have the questions that were on the screen so you can see and catch up later if you want. After we've gone through everything, you will have something tangible in front of you, and then I will also open up for Q&A. Before we get to the goal setting part, we first want to analyze the previous year. We do this in order to become aware of the patterns that we have or operate according to, which are either pulling us up or they're pulling us down. And of course, then the natural conclusion becomes to do more of what's pulling us up and less of what's pulling us down. So the first questions I have for you to answer, list 3 to 5 things for each question. So number 1, what went well in 2024? So list your successes. For example, my book on X topic made over $4,000 in 2024. I stuck to my routine and publishing schedule. I improved my publishing skills, etc. And then question number 2, what could have been done better? So challenges, for example, my Amazon ads weren't fully optimized. I selected bad niches. I let my ego get the better of me. I didn't learn enough, etc. And then the next question is, what are some key lessons learned? For example, I have a lot to improve in regards to Amazon ads. It's better to publish a few books that have a lot of high impact than 100 lower impact ones. And the power of community and masterminding, etc. And what is your advice to yourself for 2025? So for example, success leaves clues, why reinvent the wheel, follow a path, a system or methodology that is proven to work right now, and then add your own unique twist to it. And then the next question is, what do you want to change or improve for 2025? So for example, publish fewer but more high impact books, focus on the brand, make a 1% improvement every day in different areas, constantly learn, avoid letting your ego get the best of you, thinking you know it all, etc. And as you answer these questions, it's important that you focus on what's within your control. So for example, when you answer what you could have done better, don't answer things such as the weather could have been better unless you're prepared to move and do something about it. Since this is a book publishing channel, I advise you to answer related to book publishing, but you can of course answer these questions for any area of your life as well. So think about these questions and write down your answers. I'll now be quiet for 10 minutes so you can write down your answers. For those watching the replay, simply pause the video and answer these questions. Okay, let's move on to setting a 5-year vision. A vision is not the same as a goal. For the vision, we can dream big and we don't need to know how we're going to achieve it. Aim to find out what's true for you. Just because someone else's vision is to make $1 billion doesn't mean that needs to be your vision. Perhaps you want to work on something that you're passionate about, or perhaps you want time and location freedom. Perhaps you want to live in a different country with a different climate, or perhaps you want more time with your family, or perhaps you want to make a positive impact on other people's life. Whatever your vision of your dream life is, write it down and avoid thinking about how you're going to achieve it. Create a vision for your life that would mean something to you. Aim to feel how you would feel if you were to live that vision right now. Answer these questions in the present tense. Number 1, what values or passions truly matter to you, and how could they shape a vision for your life that feels fulfilling and meaningful? What impact do you want to leave on the world or those around you? Examples: self-improvement, adventure, freedom, respect, passion, connection, making a difference, physical health, etc. I want the world to be better because I was here. Question number 2, if there were no limits, no financial, time, or location constraints, what would your ideal life look like? Where would you be? What would you be doing? And how would you feel each day? Examples: I wake up each day feeling energized and I'm working on something that I'm passionate about and that is having a positive impact on the world and people around me. I'm able to spend a lot of time in sunny places throughout the year, and I'm surrounded by people I respect and care about, and who respect and care about me. Question 3, why is this vision meaningful to you? What deeper purpose, value, or feeling does it fulfill in your life? Examples: this vision is meaningful because it reflects my deepest desire to live with purpose, freedom, and connection. It fulfills a need to wake up every day knowing that my work creates a tangible, positive impact in the world, while also giving me the freedom to design a life that aligns with my passions. I'm helping others to unlock their potential, spreading kindness, and creating a ripple effect of inspiration and greatness. I will now be quiet for 10 minutes so you can write down your answers. Again, pause the video if you're watching the replay. Before we get started with setting goals, I believe there's one thing that is even more powerful than our goals. And if we get this part right, achieving our goals will be a lot easier. And that one thing is our standards. Throughout our childhood and even as adults, we will have people telling us that we are a certain way, or subconsciously they will transfer their own limitations onto us. And this is something we need to be aware of and stop. We are what we want to be. We are not what others define us as being. We are in control, and if we want to change who we are the ones driving that ship, no one else. So regardless of our previous patterns of behaviors or whatever limiting beliefs we have about ourselves, we can still define our best version of ourselves and strive every day to achieve it. So instead of competing or comparing ourselves with others, we want to compare ourselves with who we were yesterday, as well as the best version of ourselves. That way, we always have a way to be grateful for how far we've come, and it also gives us something to strive for so we can ensure that we're getting better. And this perfect version of ourselves is an ideal. It doesn't necessarily mean that we will be like this person every single day, but instead that we have something to keep us on track. So answer this question and create your superhero. Who is the best version of yourself? What qualities, habits, or mindset does this version embody? Example, I'm mentally and physically strong, willing to handle challenges head on. I'm the rock others can lean on, and I'm certain of the best path forward. I have an unshakable, positive, and realistic mindset that always allows me to see opportunities and make a solid plan to turn them into reality. I treat my body like a sports car, and I'm always able to operate at top speed. I'm a high performer that is the living embodiment of human potential. I'll now be quiet for 5 minutes so you can write down your answers. Pause the video if you're watching the replay. Now we have a strong base for setting goals that will align with our 5-year vision. And what progress can we make this year to ensure we're getting closer to our vision? And the best way I found to do this is by setting SMART goals. So a SMART goal is a structured approach to goal setting that ensures that your objectives are clear and actionable. The acronym stands for specific, so clearly define what you want to achieve. Example, instead of writing down that your goal is to make money from self-publishing, write down, I am making X amount of dollars per month from self-publishing. Then write down the date, December 31st, 2025. And number 2, measurable. Include a criteria to measure progress. So example, break down what you will make each month for 2025. Make it progressive so it increases. And number 3, achievable. Make sure your goal is realistic given your resources and constraint. So example, instead of writing that I will make $100,000 per month, but you haven't made your first dollar, make your goal more realistic to your situation. And number 4, relevant. Align the goal with your values, priorities, and broader vision. So example, if your vision is to spend more time with your family, you might add something like, I'm making X amount of dollars per month while only working 5 hours per week, etc. And number 5 is time bound. So set a deadline for completion. So for example, December 31st, 2025, and what you will make each month. Results goals, like earning a certain amount of money or selling a specific number of books, show where you want to go, but we also want to have progress goals that help us understand how to get there. So process goals are set. So process goals, they set the foundation for the actions that we will take on a weekly and daily basis to achieve our result goal. So for example, if our result goal is I will make $5,000 per month from self-publishing by 2025, December 31st, then our process goals might look something like I publish X number of books in 2025. I spend 10 hours per week working on only high leverage activities for my publishing business. I have a team of 3 highly qualified writers and 1 excellent editor on my team. Each one of my books have highly targeted and optimized Amazon ads, etc. So your process or input goals are what will make your result goals into reality. For example, if you're saying I will make $100,000 per month, but you're not breaking down how many books you will need to make that amount or how much each book will make, then you will have a blind spot when you get to your planning and execution, because you haven't defined what input will lead to your desired output. For a complete beginner, I would say that aiming to make $100 per book per month is a good goal. For an intermediate publisher, I would aim at $200 to $500 per month, while elite publishers might set a goal of making thousands of dollars per book, but only if they've proven that they've done it before and they can see how it can be done again. So ensure that your goals are realistic to your situation and believable for you. Otherwise, you risk the you risk not taking action on them and you might become discouraged. So for your process goals, I also highly advise you to think about how you're going to develop as a publisher. So what actions will you take to become better? For me, it's a bit hard to understand how people can see the value in education for becoming a lawyer, doctor, or any other profession. But for some reason, people believe that they can do it all themselves with their own inherent knowledge and insights to start with when it comes to book publishing. You wouldn't want a surgeon who hasn't gone through proper training to operate on you, would you? Then why would you want to publish books without proper training on how to do it effectively to get maximum results? Answer the following questions like you have achieved them and write the date December 31st, 2025 after them. So number one, what result goal do you want to achieve with self-publishing by December 31st, 2025? For example, I'm making X amount of dollars per month from self-publishing December 31st, 2025. And number two, what specific actions or input will make you reach that goal? So list 5 to 10 process or input goals to execute on. So for example, I published X number of books in 2025, December 31st. I have an email list of 10,000 subscribers, and then December 31st, 2025. I work X number of hours per week on high impact activities. December 31st, 2025. I have joined Driven Publishers Elite and gone through every one of their courses and attended at least 5 group calls to turn myself into a publishing pro. December 31st, 2025. I have built a team of X people and a system that operates without my constant involvement. December 31st, 2025. I will now be quiet for 10 minutes so you can write down your answers. Pause the video if you are watching the replay. Now that we have defined SMART goals, we want to move on to creating the action plan that will turn both the result goals and process goals into reality. And the technique I'm going to share with you now has been incredibly helpful in my journey, and it's a technique that you can keep using whenever you need to create a plan in your life. I heard it from Brian Tracy, and it goes as follows. Write down 20 ideas to achieve your goal or goals without contemplating, censoring, or pressure. Simply write down whatever comes to mind. So for example, model success by learning the strategies and methods of top publishers, mastermind with top publishers, post a job post on Upwork, work without distractions, including turning off notifications, focus on publishing more books that give the most result, follow the 80-20 rule, 6, automate tasks or save time using software solutions, get feedback from experts on my previous work so I can identify areas of improvement, and delete social media on my phone, stop consuming negative news, and cut off negative influences, etc. I will now be quiet for 10 minutes so you can write down 20 ideas. Pause the video if you're watching the replay. Once you have done this, you want to put a circle or bold the top 3 actions that you see as most important to achieve your goals and prioritize those. What you want to do next is to plan the actions you need to take throughout the year to achieve your goals. So for example, in January, your goal might be to research for 10 hours and analyze 100 niches to find 2 that you want to pursue. You might also set a goal of having titles and outlines ready. In February and March, you might have a goal of creating the books, and then by April, you will have them published and you're running Amazon ads, etc. for them. So the assignment now is to write down a rough plan containing the actions you will take month by month throughout the year to achieve your process and result goals. If you want, you can also create a milestone for each quarter of the year that are in alignment with your goals. I'll now be quiet for 10 minutes so you can write down your plan. Pause the video if you're watching the replay. Once we got this, we will want to create a plan each week where we list 1 to 4 activities that will move us closer to us achieving our plan and goals. Each one of these activities is prioritized as the first task in the morning before we check our messages or do anything else. I plan every week on Sundays, so you don't need to plan every week, several weeks or months in advance. Just do it the week before and always keep your main objectives in mind when doing the planning. Tim, you wanted to share something before we go to do the live Q&A?
So I have prepared a little board in here, so you can either, let me explain the thought behind it. The thought was that we collect the biggest aha moments or the biggest insights of your publishing journey from 2024 on this board right here, and then afterwards we have a nice overview of every aha moment by everybody, and then I will also email that to you, so this will be a nice resource for learning for 2025. The way we will handle this, you can either write your biggest aha moment inside the chat, and I will edit as a post-it note right here, or you can access the board yourself through the link in the chat. Give me a second, I pasted it in the chat now, so you can create your own post-it note right here by clicking this button down here, and then you can add something like biggest aha moment, publish fewer books with higher quality, something like this. Everybody can add their own aha moment, and yeah, let's see what we can collect. As I mentioned, you can also write it in the chat, and I will edit as a post-it note. I see some people are already joining the board. To add a note, you have to, yeah, exactly. Press the little note icon, or you can also edit a already existing note. Let's take like 5 to 10 minutes. And then let's see. Okay, thanks everybody for filling out your aha moments, biggest aha moments of 2025. I will screenshot these and send it over to you, just as a recap of this workshop. I think this is a nice resource to learn from other people's aha moments. Let's go over them actually really quick. So we have first, publish books and niches that many people are actively buying. Important when doing niche research. Stay focused, don't be distracted by the next shiny object. I have struggled with that myself. Try not to spam reviews on Amazon. This can get your Amazon shopping account barred from leaving reviews, banned, I guess this is. Try to launch fewer books with more effort instead of lots of books with little effort. I've heard multiple people say that. Stay focused only on KDP, avoid other attractive opportunities. Publish fewer books but higher quality, and don't publish more books that you can than you can afford to launch and run ads on. Good one. Don't quit, keep going. Good advice for everything in life. For the first 2 to 3 months, it's okay if the ads are unprofitable, but after that I have to optimize more strictly for profitability. First organic rating and first subscriber to emails. Freelancers are an absolute game changer. A really high quality book can bring in $2,000 per month or more. That's true. stay focused on goals, model success blueprint, avoid the shiny object syndrome, be patient with myself and allow myself time to grow as a self-publisher. Think long-term and publish high-quality books. Start building an email list. Niche research is extremely important. Completely right. It is not enough to write the books. Process takes much more research and testing, yes. And better cover designers do more effective niche research. Nice one. Okay, so add my aha too, please. Did I miss it? Bogdan, where can I find your aha moment? I can't see it in chat.
Meanwhile, I'll answer this question. It was a question on YouTube Live. Can I publish based on what I like or follow the trend? So I think based on these aha moments, we can see the importance of niche research. So we want to do niche research, and then if we can find topics that we like, that is of course a plus. But the idea is that if you are writing about what you're passionate about, then ideally you want to have an audience that you're able to drive traffic to in case, for example, the numbers when you're doing niche research isn't good, etc. Okay. Any other questions here on the call? Let's open up for discussion, questions.
Yeah, feel free to activate your mic, ask questions, feel free to anything publishing related. If you want answers from Peter, for example, or start discussions, feel free to ask any questions inside the chat. Yeah.
Okay, then if there's no question here, I will ask a question to Andre. So Andre, he reached $20,000 in December, and he started, I believe, in February. Correct me if I'm wrong. But how did your goal setting look when you started, Andre?
I started exactly a year ago. So on the 3rd of January, I published my first book last year. Yeah. So tomorrow it's 1 year. My goal was I made goals in a in quite the same way as we did it here in the live. Now I made firstly I reflect the year before that. Then I did write down what my life goals or the bigger vision is. Then I wrote to each life goal in how many years I want to achieve it. For example, 1 in 1 year or 5 in 5 years. And then I selected all the years with the 1 and planned how to achieve them in 2024. And my goal for publishing was actually to reach 10K a month, which I reached in October, so 2 months before I aimed it. And then I reached in December nearly $20,000 in royalties. So I think it's $90,500 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. So you set a goal every single month. For example, in March, I want to make this, April, I want to make this, etc.
Not specifically. So in my head, yes, for sure. I had a goal where I wanted to be in the end of the month. Yeah. But it's exactly planned in half year steps. So I planned on January where I want to be in July, and I also set the goal for where I want to be in the end of the year. And my goal for July, for example, was $4,000 per month with KDP, and I didn't even reach half of that. So I reached 1,700, I think. And then I thought, okay, it will be hard to reach the goal of 10K after I not reached the goal of 4K in July. But I didn't understand then how exponential the growth of KDP was. So the first 6 months, it was very, very slow, the growth. And then from July, August onward, it skyrockets sort of. And then in October, as I said, I hit the first 10K, and then it went really fast. It was an amazing experience because I thought it was more linear, but it was really exponential, like many people say. But you don't really understand it until you see it yourself in some weird way. Yeah.
That's a great point. And sometimes you will be above and sometimes you will be below. Okay, any other questions or anyone that would like to share their goals, etc.?
Hi, Peter. Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, of course, David.
Oh, thank you. Basically, my question is, first of all, I'm very new here, so thanks for doing all this. So the question is, how important is the reviews, and do you believe to create or buy reviews or use those online services like Puppy, or do you believe in just organically get the reviews? Because what happened to me is soon after clicking on my first link from Puppy, my Amazon account got banned from reviews. So they said that's some suspicious activities for reviews. So I lost that feature quickly in my first experience. So just wanted to get your opinion how it works and how important it is and how you guys doing that really.
Okay, that's a great question, David. So reviews, they do play a role because it's social proof that other people have liked the book. And in regards to how to get reviews, it's covered in the free Skool course, but we don't want to buy reviews. That is against Amazon's terms of service. And Puppy and these review services, they say that this is something that's allowed in the terms of service. So the only thing I've heard of personally is that people like you, they've lost their ability to post reviews, but I haven't heard of anyone getting their account terminated for using any of these services. But if anyone has any different idea there, then share. But in terms of solving that, is there anyone here on the call that has a solution when you lose access to leave a review?
Yes, for example, you can ask a friend if they can do the job for you. So that would be a kind of a solution if you really want to use Puppy. I think Puppy is the least expensive version of getting reviews. I don't know how safe it is, but many people use it, and they at least say that it's safe, and everybody is it's their own responsibility if they do it or not. And what I do, I'm a German publisher. So in Germany, we don't have these sites. We don't have Puppy. We don't have Bookplace. We can use such services. What we do is send the books, the paperbacks, to test readers. So they buy the books via Amazon with their Amazon account, and we then reimburse them with PayPal, for example. We send them the money to cover the cost of the book. We don't pay them to get a review. We just pay them the price of the book so that they give us personally feedback on the book. If this feedback is good, then we ask if they could do us the favor and rate the book on Amazon and maybe post a photo or video of the book with them. And that's the best way to get reviews here in Germany. It's expensive because I have many books that cost between $50 and $22. And if you have a book with which costs $20, every review at least costs you $20 to generate. And not every person will give you a review. So in my case, it's more like $30 per review. So if you like to get a book with 100 reviews, you have to calculate $3,000 to get these 100 reviews. So in my case, I know that the type of books I make in that niche I'm talking about will generate me enough revenue so that it makes sense to pay at least a few hundred or $1,000 to get these initial 10, 20, 30 reviews. But if you are a beginner, what I have done is to get to 10 reviews with this method. It's then around $200 to $300. It's not that much. And then you are ready to go. It's not much reviews. It's in the English market, especially, you normally need more. But in Germany, for example, if you have one review, I had a book that has had one review and made over $1,000 a month in Germany. I don't know if that's even possible in the English market. I think so, because many things are possible, which we don't believe in now, but many things are possible, as I said. But that's the structure we use to get reviews without these services, because we can't use these services. Yeah, so we got a little bit creative.
That's a great.
Interesting.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I said, yeah, that's very interesting. The way you guys work in Germany is quite solid and bulletproof. So, but what's the best way, in your opinion, Peter? Do you think we should use these services, or you just publish and do the ads and hope to get sales and reviews?
The most effective way is definitely these services. So publishing a book and running Amazon ads, you will get maybe 1 in 100 sales. You will get a review. So we have a comment here from Paul. He says, leave reviews across all types of products you buy on Amazon. Make sure not just to leave 5-star reviews. Never use AI to write reviews. Those are tips I've heard. So that is also helpful to keep your review account safer in that regard. Plus, also use a Kindle to read. So you got a glimpse into the method that Andre uses to get reviews, especially in the German market. And of course, like he made clear, he's not paying someone to make a review. You never want to pay someone for a review. That is strictly against the terms of service. So this is more so a method of marketing. And then when it comes to the cost, he sees that the budget, okay, if I do this marketing, then on average for $20 per review, that's what it costs me. And you also got the Facebook method. You can go into Facebook groups, can send out an advanced review copy team, or send an advanced review copy and ask or say that a review would be very much appreciated. Personally, I am a big fan of using an email list, but that is something that requires obviously building up the email list, and then you ideally want a bigger vision for your brand. So it's not just that you're creating an email list for every book and those books are in different niches. That is not something that's very effective.
Okay, thanks for that.
Thank you, David. Any other questions here on the call? Okay, I think that will do it for this meeting. We have one question here in the chat. Can you use publisher copies for the same? It will reduce the cost for sure. Can you not use publisher copies? So you
know what the question is about. No, for the test readers, you don't can use this, because you need them to buy the books, because then the review is verified, and you need the verified review so that they can post the review. Then it's in every country, and that is very important. In theory, you can do that, but then you have to pay the cost of production and then get a very bad review in type of quality. So even if it's a 5-star review, if it's not verified, it's not that kind of review you want to get. Yeah. So they have to buy the book, not you can give them the book.
Okay, great answer. Any final questions as we wrap up? Okay, thank you very much for attending this meeting and this live, and I hope that you will save everything that you've written down. And who knows, maybe we will do this again in a year and we can revisit the goals that were created. And this is a great way to stay on track and to track our progress. So this is exactly what I've done throughout the years. I went back and I checked yesterday, and this was exactly the process I did. I set the goals in as if they were happening. I am making $5,000 per month, and then I wrote a date, etc. And it has worked for me. So I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you in a future meeting or future video. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, guys.